Welcome back, guys. I just wanted to show you and talk about the gun that won the West, the 1873 Winchester. This is a stainless steel model, and unfortunately it's not a Winchester. It's a replica by Rossi. I really love it. It's got the long barrel, beautiful. Got a brass bead there on the inside, and you got a buckhorn here for elevation, and you can drift it right here by punching that left or right with the proper tool. Don't mess up your rifle to drift it left or right. But I just love the lever action. I got it on the half-cock safety right here with the hammer pulled back. As you can see, it's not all the way forward on the firing pin, but it's just beautiful wood. It's got stainless there on the butt stock as well. And overall, fit and finish is not bad. But this, I believe it was a John Moses Browning design. He made so many designs and was a mastermind at the weapons. This is 357 Magnum, if you're wondering. Just sitting here on the chair. I cleaned it up. I want to see if I can give you a picture of the inside of the barrel. Jake, can you hand me the flashlight? We'll try and do this. Stick it down there. Let's see here. Alright. Oop, too much light. Turn it back, turn it back. There, I'm just sketching the rifling. Bring it back towards me just a smidge. Yeah, can't quite focus on it. Bring it back some more. Probably the camera, but the rifling in it's amazing. You can somewhat see it. What did you call it the other day? Or a minute ago?
An optical illusion.
An optical illusion down inside because the rifling going around in it. But those two bolts right there on either side, they'll come up and lock the bolt forward. I don't know what you refer to those as. They're kind of locking bolts. Work the lever back shut for me. I ain't got enough hands here. All right, see them. The lugs, locking lugs. That come up right there and lock it in place. It has a safety on it because anything imported has to have a safety. But I'm going to support the hammer and release the trigger and bring the hammer down. And then you get the position here, come back, and that's your half-cock safety. And that's what all of the 1873s have on the Winchesters. And again, it's like an exact replica of it. Now, from what I understand, Rossi is no longer going to be making these. It's going to fall underneath the hat, if you will, of Heritage, like the Heritage Rough Riders. So Heritage will be making their rifles like this. This is a R92 Rossi, an 1873 Winchester model. So don't be surprised on the newer models that you see out there. It won't say Rossi or Braze Tech or those type things that you're used to. It will say Heritage. Now that's what I've heard down through the pipeline. You guys let me know if it's different. I'm going to see if I can get this to focus. And there it is, somewhat. 357 Mag, made in Brazil. Braze Tech International, Bainbridge, Georgia. But something you might want to check too, after you've been shooting your rifle for a while, check these screws and make sure they're snug down. They can back out over time, but it's something I would I would check on and keep up with. But we took and ran a bore snake down through here. We just opened up the chamber there earlier, ran a bore snake that we had for a 284 caliber. Now this is 357, so if I'm not mistaken, that is a 34 caliber. I think the 357 dimension was off the case. I believe they're 34 calibers. So it wasn't quite big enough, but it cleaned it really good. We've only shot it a couple times, but we really enjoy it. There's no recoil whatsoever. With the proper load, I've got some Federal hammer downs. They're a heavy for caliber 170 grain bullet. That's a premium Federal bullet. And it's made pretty well as far as the bullet composition and whatnot. You could go black bear hunting with those, deer hunting with those. But it actually has a lever action on the box. It's a Federal hammer down if you want to look into those. But we really enjoy it. It's easy to carry, handy to carry. I mean, you go through the woods with this thing, even though I've got the 20-inch barrel, get a little more feet per second on it. You can get the shorter one. I think it's a 16-inch barrel. And, oh boy, it's just a pleasure to carry. There's like no weight to it whatsoever. It might be, 7.5, 8 pounds. But we love it. We shoot it. We have shot it a couple of times and run a few different type rounds through it. But we really enjoy it. I need to get it sighted in. I need to put it on paper. We're shooting a metal target out there. I was doing pretty good with it, about 50 yards or so. But boy, those days were so hot. Oh my goodness, we were roasting. I shot my new Androcorp Bravo 5.56. I got out of Florida along with it. And man, I talk about the barrels heating up. I think the heat index, the days that we were out there shooting, was like 104 degrees. Man, I was like, dude, we got to go back in the house. We're going to melt. We were melting. But yeah, just the buckhorn sights there, like you see. You can take that off and change out the sights, but something more modern. My buddy's got one he put on his Henry rifle, and oh geez, can't remember the name of it, but it's got little green fiber optics, and it's like a 4-leaf clover that you look through, aim point or something like that, and then he put a fiber optic bead on the end down there, so visually you can see it a lot easier. This type sight is harder to see through, line up, and especially in a low light situation. Say if you were deer hunting, I would definitely go with those. Ranger Point, I think is what the sights was. And he put that on his Henry, and he absolutely loves it. But anyway, I just wanted to get it out, clean it up, show you all. I absolutely love the Western style guns. And I got three now, Uberti Cattleman revolvers, 2 or 357 Magnum, and then my fanciest one, that's an El Patron. It's actually chambered in 9mm, and I've got some other videos on that you can see. Check out the channel. But we do just a little bit about everything, whatever it might be, fishing. If we catch a hot air balloon, you name it, we're on it. But we enjoy shooting and hunting. Hunting season's coming up. Everybody get ready. It's kind of exciting. I'd like to try and take a white-tailed doe with this, or buck, whichever comes along. But those hammer downs by Federal, I'm telling you, 170 grain bullets. I think it was a lead nose type or designed bullet, but I believe it'll definitely do the job. All right, guys, check with you later.